Alrighty, so we have quite an interesting game here. We have a rematch. I'm playing in the red as the Incas, and the Ripper is playing the blue as the Sicilians. And this was not a planned rematch. We played against each other maybe 3 weeks before this game, and I'm casting this maybe a few days after. I'm actually casting this on Thanksgiving, so a few days after we played this on the rank ladder. So not planned, just a happenstance rematch. And the Ripper is a bit of a one-trick player, as in he's just been playing the Sicilians recently. So very comfortable with the build order, though you'll see it's a slight difference this game. First thing is he's making a lumber camp. That's a bit different than just using the stragglers to get for a fast castle. Also, the scout is coming around, finding the sheep all right, or in this case, the turkeys, which, since this is a South American theme map, Yucatan theme map, it should be advantageous to the Incas. You think home tier advantage for Arabia, this Arabia gen. But going back to my actual point, these deer are all the way out here, pretty far. Meanwhile, my deer are back here. I'm just going to say red and blue because saying my and calling in third person just feels weird. But it doesn't feel as far. I guess maybe the edge of the map pushed the deer a little bit closer to red's TC. And red coming forward to see what are the possibilities here. What is blue thinking about? I need to avoid the town center, see the turkeys, and make sure not to get any hit. No laming, trying to keep the game fair. A nice, interesting matchup of what's possible. So yeah, unable to find the deer, which kind of prevents the FC. Scouts now can take the engagement here. Fairly similar HP if you look at the bottom. Trying to take the hill, but not quite getting the eagle to go properly, and then finding the corner with the forest. That's home field advantage. The eagle just sneaking in there, feeling very much at home in these tropical trees, whereas the Sicilians, used to more of a Mediterranean climate, not able to quite, feeling a little sweaty, a little sticky, a little humid, not quite appreciating it, whereas the feathers just provide such a nice clothing, I don't know, just something more comfortable with that. And then just passing as they both go back home before Feudal Age comes in. So yeah, Feudal Age coming in for both players. And what's this build order from Colin? Going for the walls, just worried about sergeants coming in. Small walls is a good way to protect yourself from sergeants. I'm trying to go for big walls. They'll eventually find some way in, especially when you have towers. No villagers under this, or very few villagers under this town center here. So having difficulty keeping these turkeys here and actually doing any damage to scouts. But blue coming in with very late scouting, still able to find the wood line. And a late barracks for red. Small walls on both the wood lines, but nothing on the berries here. A little bit difficult to wall on all these hills. This is the only easy wall. And unable to see the donjon. No town watch or anything like that. Archery range coming up as well. Forced to evacuate the wood line, and the first sergeant is coming out. So in Feudal Age, they only have 2 pierce armor, 2 melee armor, so archers are able to do some decent damage against them. And first archer coming out, or not coming out, just hanging out right now, being produced. Forced off the berries though. Spear, buying some time. Are we gonna get the quick wall down? Yes, just barely. Need to still repair this one. Okay, villagers getting to it. And the other side, quick walls, just barely. Going for the gate. Buy some time, try to force them into the town center. Okay, we're alive. So 4 sergeants on the field right now. And if we look at blue's base, it is very reminiscent of the YouPudding. Many villagers on gold, and we do have the market already. First farm coming up just now, whereas Colin has 4 farms now, plus the vill that was just able to hang out on berries. Turn it back to normal speed now, since we've gotten through most of the introduction. Fletching just a little bit late. A little bit difficult to fight these sergeants off. But we do now have 5 attack versus the 2 pierce armor. So doing 3 damage per shot, decent. Trying to batter this donjon down, but the archers are just going to get mowed because these sergeants can just jump in and out of the donjon and just come on the other side. They can just jump back in and go out the other side if they want to. And of course they can repair, so very difficult for these villagers to get anywhere. Red realizes that and pulls back the villagers. We already have a first eco kill, And it looks like maybe another one. Yep, that villager goes down as well. And this villager is going to have to evacuate. Oh, there's another one that just stuck, I guess. I didn't see him. But 3 eco kills. But of course, we do have a lot of idle TC time. So red's still an advantage with 4 villagers. More archers being produced. And so this donjon cuts off this wood line and this gold. This donjon cuts off this wood line and this gold. And red's forced to go out to this gold and this wood line. Really running out of options. Luckily, had enough wood for both these buildings still. And the villagers were able to get back to berries. More archers in production. So it looks like red's doing a decent job defending here. No stone mining. I think just buying the stone. Yeah, Ripper's buying stone for additional donjons. But he does need 100 more if he wants to build one. Doesn't quite have the gold for it right now. Has to balance between making more sergeants and buying the stone for additional donjons. I guess right now he doesn't really see where he wants to build another one. Does see the wood line here. Should be enough villagers, I think, to fight this off. If red reacts. Oh, no, don't get yourself stuck in a corner there, bud. Alright, does react, pulls the weak villager. Weak villager staying away, and sergeant's going back to heal up in the donjon. So yeah, this gold being walled off. Unable to see this. Town Watch, I think, is probably one of the biggest upgrades here if you're fighting against this kind of push. And archers coming out as well to try to help prevent the damage. Farm gets sniped. Oh no. And both the scouts are still alive, funny enough. But everyone forced off now. And now red's like, okay, you're forced off of every wood line. You're forced off of every gold. This looks like an easy blue victory, right? We do have the archers here to try to prevent too much damage. Funny enough, the sergeants just go back in the donjon. And don't fight off these villagers here. I think that's a misplay. I think these guys are strong enough. They don't have the pierce armor, but we only have 3 archers plus the villagers. And you're just kind of giving red a bit more time. Oh, villagers coming here to take out this donjon because they knew all the sergeants were out of place. They are not super speedy. We are going to have some villager losses. The archers are maybe coming over to help. Yeah, coming over to support a little bit. Donjon goes down, unable to outmatch the repairs. And this wood and gold is now available, and the archers can stay and protect to prevent any additional donjons from going up. Meanwhile, blue at home has added a few farms, but the vill count is actually evening out because of the attempt to take out that donjon. Idle TC time is fairly high for both players, I'd say, for Feudal Age. And now we're getting Town Watch. Okay, so we'll be able to see if any additional donjons come up. These villagers all being very productive on that wood line after building that original donjon. These guys looking for opportunities. Just passing outside of each other's vision. Archers going back, thinking, okay, this is probably the most exposed area. And the fact that this wasn't attacked more is kind of surprising to me. Walling up a little bit. And it looks like red's looking for Castle Age at this point. They might just both be looking for Castle Age. Blue's quite a ways away. But maybe he's realizing, okay, he's got enough of an archer mass. I know sergeants are the scariest when they're in Castle Age. And you can add more pierce armor onto them. He does have 1 extra armor, so these archers are only doing... if I can just click 1. Yeah, 3 pierce armor. These archers are only doing 2 damage per shot. We have market now and up for red. So here's the thing. These archers are going to get 7 attack, I believe. Once they become crossbow and they get bodkin. And these guys are going to have 5 armor. So the difference in damage versus defense is going to be the same once Castle Age arrives. So these archers aren't going to be that effective. Ooh, blue villagers kind of getting caught out here. Getting taken out by the archers. So these archers aren't going to be very valuable. Of course, the Incas have the slinger, which I think will be the main defensive unit here for red come Castle Age. And trying to take some damage. The sergeants know they don't really want to take that fight before Castle Age comes in. Red getting crossbowmen and bodkin arrow. And just going forward for the counterattack. Blue is completely exposed at home. Really no defense whatsoever. And also trying to get down to town center here is red. This house may stay up. No, we need repairs. We need repairs. Oh, villagers get stuck. Don't repair. And the sergeants are in. Meanwhile, red's coming to here. He ran into the town center. Donjon's being forced up by blue to try to help support these villagers a little bit. The odd thing is, Donjon's on the wrong side of the gold, I'd say, because the Expo can still sit here and harass the gold. Villager going down. Can't walk into the TC though. Okay, Red realizes he doesn't have him on stand ground, which is a little scary. And we do have the first slingers coming out. No kills on them yet. We are at 16 sergeants, and they have 17 kills. Quite nasty for this part of the game. And Siege Workshop coming up for blue to really put on the damage. But do have 2 town centers for red. So will he be able to keep up villager production and outpace the destruction that is surely going to be raining down on him shortly? Sergeant's getting pulled out and hit by slingers. Okay, 1 sergeant finally going down. So now we're only at 15. It's still a large mass for early Castle Age of sergeants. But yeah, they are getting pulled out and getting taken out by the slingers. Though these slingers are on stand ground, so they don't actually do any damage if the sergeant goes right up against them. They kind of have to be on defensive. And now the crossbow is just going to be sitting on the Scold and preventing him from taking any more, which has been the Ripper's whole economy at this point. He does have these 2 exposed golds, and I think, yeah, he scouted both of them. It looks like he's going to be going over there now. Vil count 36 to 29. Tons of idle TC time for both players. Very limited on resources. Of course, slingers are costing food, so that is kind of taking priority for Red's economy. Look how fast these sergeants go down, though, from the slingers. That's a nice change of pace after compared to what the crossbows would be able to do. And we have rams on the way. Monastery coming out. Monastery, very good counter to the sergeants. Sergeants are kind of slow and expensive and tanky units. Villagers are red, coming over here, looking to take out this donjon since it's completely unprotected. I'm not sure. Oh, I guess these blue villagers that were there before made the siege workshop over here in a more protected location. But what was I saying? Yeah, monastery, pretty good. I actually went for the standard YouPudding, so that's FC sergeants, in the finals of a Nomad-style tournament against Paradox, which I'm sure many of you guys know Paradox from the Nomad community. And I tried to go this route, the Sicilian route, but I just came up against 2 monastery monks from an FC and was kind of locked out. Couldn't put on any more pressure. Once Redemption came in, couldn't even add Siege, didn't have the eco for scouts, not too many options there. So there are counters, and monks are one of them. Obviously, a little bit easier for me to play slingers. I'm not that good with my monk micro. Game's slowing down a little bit here, kind of going more into an eco approach. This gold is now available. This stone has been available. I don't know if that's within Red's view. Yeah, stone's not quite in his view. And now we have the siege coming forward. So we do have a siege workshop in defense here. This hill, I think, is going to play a critical role. Oh, Slinger's going down. They do not have much HP. 40 HP only. I guess, yeah, less than a monk. Mangonel has to decide whether he goes for the ram or goes for the Mangonel. Doing a little bit of both and going down. Slingers need to get out of here. They cannot fight this Mangonel. They're doing no damage. Monk going into the minimum range of the Mangonel. And we do have a massive eco count advantage. We'll see if that stays. We also have 12 sergeants, so let's keep track of how many sergeants we have on the field. Look at this pressure, though. We have all the sergeants inside the Mangonels, or not the Mangonels, inside the Rams right now. And only 6 slingers left on the field. Where are they all? We have 5 here. I'm not sure where the 6th is. Maybe in a TC. Yeah, 1 in the TC. Forced to repair the TC. That's going to cost a lot of wood. Luckily, there's quite a bit of it from all these villagers gathering. Going for the Mangonel micro. Mangonel pulling back. Villagers coming out to try to take out the ram. And doing an okay job before being forced to get back into the town center. 1 Mangonel go down. And Red does have the gold here for redemption should he choose to get it. Obviously, it doesn't have a monastery anymore. Never mind. How many? We have 8 sergeants now. So the slingers are doing a decent job against them. But we only have... Oh, we do still have 5 slingers. Okay, so the slingers haven't been going down too much. And sergeants kind of getting pulled out of position while we work on the Mangonel micro. Tried to repair the Mangonel, but the sergeants are there under the TC to prevent that from happening. And now we're only down to 5 sergeants from the 15 we started originally. So, unlikely that this did enough damage here to Red's economy. Though now the Vils are under the TC repairing. That's the problem when you click the repair hotkey instead of just clicking the TC to repair it. Ooh, that's a lot of kills. And now the advantage, Vil advantage, has gone down significantly. kind of getting desperate now as Vills go to try to batter down the mangonel with 2 enemy villagers here ready to repair. Sergeants looping around, but are being tracked by the slingers. Mangonel versus Sergeant. Who wins this battle? TC just does no damage. We need these villagers to pop out of the town center and repair this mangonel. Very, very messy game so far. Though Colin has been able to keep up some villager production. I say that now as the idle TC time continues to increase. Sergeant's trying to get another kill, but these slingers just doing so much damage. And it looks like Colin's held. But we do have more siege being produced. More villagers being produced to try to even out the vill count. Not a lot of resources here for blue to make use of. That was quite an exciting few minutes. I forgot to mention these crossbows. I forget how many kills they got before they came. I think they had 2 kills before they came for the forward. And again, forcing blue off of the gold. And blue just... He doesn't want to farm. He doesn't want these farms. No good. I guess these archers are coming around and sniping vills off farm. He just wants to sit on this gold right here. Mangonel's continuing to come forward. Somehow, I guess he was just on the hill enough to prevent that from killing it. But he does run into the town center. And we're back at 1 mangonel versus 1 ram. And it just seems like the military lead is too much for blue to outmatch right now. He is producing more sergeants and another ram. But the eco is right on the limit. I don't know how effective this ram or this mangonel is going to be at taking out this donjon. Slingers over here, just slowly withering away at this house. Doing 1 damage per hit, it looks like. It's pretty sad. I mean, if you look at the slinger profile, they do 6 damage. But I think most of what they'd have is the bonus damage against, 10 bonus damage against conduit or against infantry. So that's where most of their bonus damage is coming in. Do have 2 rams, but they're not packed in with as many sergeants now. And once those rams go down, those sergeants will melt. Villagers here moving around, getting transferred to other parts of the economy. We are moving to stone now. So we're like, okay, we can't take this out with a mangonel, it seems. And we don't really have anything else that we can use to take this out if we have sergeants defending. So it seems like Castle Drop will be the next item on the agenda. Hasn't been winning the mangonel fights, I gotta say. Just not really doing it. And now we're in a similar position where Red has very little siege. But he does have the slingers to help defend. Another monastery now seems to be the option we're looking for. And the vill count's pretty big. It seems like unless Red completely Titanics here, there's not too much that can go well. Just don't completely Titanic. We know the slinger micro hasn't quite been there. Really need the slingers to stay away from the mangonels. Another headshot. Okay, that one stays away. Ooh, that almost looks like a farm shot, though that farm's deleted. So yeah, still doing some damage, but not too much. Crossbows, still hanging out. Still denying that gold. And this TC is just abandoned. Like, yeah, we're tired of fighting here. This TC kind of was a mistake just because it wasn't in range of that donjon. And we're going out for this wood. This strategy has been very linear from blue, so it seems like Red's realized, okay, if I expand a bit, there's not going to be too much that blue can do to me. He'll be just spread out too much, and these slingers will be able to pick off any sergeants that go for him. And now we're just down to, or we're back up to a decent double-figured sergeant numbers. They are doing decently against the siege. But as long as the slingers target the sergeants, no! We do have redemption coming in now, so this mangonel will be a target for the monk. And these rams seems to be going for the okay, I don't know who they were going for. I guess they're trying to get in close, kind of survivalist style, where you go in close with your siege and then unpack all of your infantry. Ram going in for the mangonel and kind of gets it. Sergeants finish it off, and now we have no siege. These sergeants are all exposed, and they're just going in under the town center. Slingers are able to track them down. Doesn't seem like there's too much here. Colin going for some big selling. 1,000 wood for 483 gold, and buying... Oh no, we've seen this already. No, don't lose all of your slingers. This seems to just be a terrible cycle. Though we do have the monk to convert the mangonel. So it looks like the slingers are just there to distract while the monk finishes the job. Castle will go up. There shouldn't be any units here to deny that. And there's the GG. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that match. I enjoyed playing it very much. I thought there was a lot of interesting moments there. Let me know what you think. Do you think YouPudding strategy is broken? Do you think this is a more interesting variety? Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you there.